This is the story of how I spent 100 days on ARK Ragnarok. Now, this is a mini-series that will be coming out in 4 separate parts, each part consisting of 25 days. This is so I have shorter videos to release, and I can release more videos more often. If you find yourself enjoying this video at any point, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, this is the story of how I spent 100 days on ARK Ragnarok. I began day 1 like any other ARK player would, and began collecting some resources to get me started on this long journey. Not shortly after that, I began getting attacked by Dilos and got poisoned, started running around the beach. Level 1, can't deal with these things right now, and everything's going crazy. First minute, wonderful. And then I got away. I began collecting more resources because I'm going to need a lot of stuff for this journey. I then spent a bit getting myself situated and started on some tools and other items that I needed. I needed a pick, a hatchet, some spears, some clothes, a storage box, a campfire, meat to put in the campfire, and some hide. So I went and killed some lystros to get that stuff going. And now I think it's time for our first ever resource collecting montage. And now. Ah yes, a great montage, first of the video. After I finished up the resource collecting montage, I needed some things to go and tame something, because I wanted to get a jump start on getting something tamed. So I crafted up a slingshot, a club, and some bolas, and off I went to find a parasaur. I found this one. The little red one is a low level, but it'll have to do for now. So I chased it around for a bit and got it trapped right in front of my little base setup, and hit it in the head a bunch of times with the club, and I actually managed to knock it out. Nice. I then grabbed some berries out of my storage box and slapped them in the parasaur's inventory, and there began my first tame of this 100 days. Then, while waiting for the parasaur to tame, I did a couple things like craft a bow, collect more resources, and get some arrows. Then, our parasaur was tamed. I named it Sacrifice like I name all of my first parasaurs on every ARK map I play, because I'm just weird like that. But yeah, we got ourselves a parasaur, and I even crafted up a saddle for it so we could start riding it around right away. So I did just that. I rode around on my parasaur for a little while, collecting some berries, specifically narco berries, because we need a lot of those soon to start leveling up and making some crank arrows. And then I headed back to my base to begin work on an actual little base camp setup. And as you can see here, I placed down a couple wooden foundations, and I'm actually going to be going for a bit of an open plan for my little starter base, because I don't want something huge and crazy just yet, because I haven't picked a location. Skipping ahead to day 2, I placed down a bunch of things around my base and some railings, and then I saw this. My parasaur was being attacked by a saber-tooth that came down from the jungle, and I was so scared. I had no idea what to do. My parasaur was a low level to begin with, and this saber was just destroying it. I had no clue where I was going. I just ran off in a random direction. I didn't think. I could have bolaed the saber if I had a bola, but I didn't. I didn't think that far ahead, and yeah, there we go. Parasaur is dead. Wonderful. And I very soon followed, because I'm not faster than a saber at the moment. First death of the 100 days coming up in 3, 2, 1. There we go. There it was. I respawned back at my base with a desire for vengeance and a plan for vengeance. I thought, hey, I'm gonna craft up a bola, go back there, and kill that saber for killing my parasaur and me. So there's the saber, there's the bola, there's my stuff, and with the 200 IQ ARK player that I am, made quick work and killed the saber and got my vengeance. Yes. Once I made it back to my base, I crafted up a forge because I'm the right level for it now, and decided I needed some more metal. So I went and did that, and then I got jump scared by one of the worst dinos in the game. They're so annoying. They steal your stuff and they don't give it back and just run away, but if you can catch up to them, you get that. And then I went back to fix my settings because I knew something was off with my player stats. Yeah, I meant for it to line up with my other ARK playthroughs that I do, just so it's similar and I'm used to it. Yeah. Then I crafted up some narcotics and made some trank arrows because I'm going to go out and tame another parasaur. Yes, Sacrifice 2.0 is on his way. While I was looking out for a parasaur, I got in a shooting match with the stupid ichthyornis that was trying to steal my stuff, and it ended up being a really, really high level that would have been great to tame if it was a parasaur, but it was a bird. Then I found some metal nodes and got some more metal so I can make a ton more tools when I get back to my base. And as night came on day 2, I found it, a high-level parasaur, a 168 parasaur to be exact. And this parasaur I knew was going to be my Sacrifice 2.0. While waiting for Sacrifice 2 to get up, I placed down a sign that I had gotten in a drop a couple minutes earlier that says first high-level tame. And then it happened. Our second parasaur of the series. Sacrifice the second. Then me and Sacrifice 2 made the long trek home, collecting berries along the way and having a great time. We even killed a turtle along the way to get Sacrifice a couple levels. And by the time we got home, Yeah, great sentence. Isn't the English language just lovely? As day 3 continued, I made myself a couple more tools like a crossbow and a pike, and I even set down a sign at our base that says home. And then after that, I decided it was time for me to brave the jungle. I needed a stronger tame, preferably a saber-tooth or a raptor or something, but here I went. I crafted up some trank arrows and some bolas, and went out in search of a new tame. I soon found the thing that I decided to tame. It was a saber, pretty close to where I ended the last clip, and started running away from it as it chased me down the hill. I turned around, I bowled it, and I started to trank it. And only to find out that it was a pretty low level. It was only a level 30 saber, and I wasn't really satisfied with that, so I quickly knocked it out. Didn't take that long because it was such a low level. I almost killed it, in fact, but still got it out. I put some meat in its inventory and decided that, hey, I was going to go out and see if I could find anything else a little bit higher up the hill because, I don't know, it just seemed like a level 30 saber was not going to cut it, and it would die just like our parasaur in the earlier days did. I'm glad I made the decision to go further up the hill, because not soon after that clip, I found another saber. It was a 162, just like our Sacrifice 2.0 that we found earlier. I swear it's not rigged. And if you see back there, there's another saber. Yeah, there's another saber. That's important. So this saber broke out of the bola, and then the other one came after me. It was only a level 66, I think. So I didn't want to tame it. So I decided I had to kill it, unfortunately, because I didn't want it in my way while I was taming the higher level. So I made quick work of that, and went back after the high level. This was a bit scary. It was stuck in the red drop, so I thought it was going to be stuck. But yeah, sabers do not have a lot of health, but they have a decent amount of torpor. So I almost killed this thing. A lot. I swear this was about to be like the Genesis 2 series, where I had to tame a parasaur for like 20 minutes because it was about to die and I didn't want to lose it, but I did eventually get it down, as you'll see in a couple seconds here, and I wanted to tame it with some prime meat, but I didn't have any prime meat. I went back down the mountain because I wanted to find a way to get prime meat, and I came back to my other saber, and there was another saber, jump scared me right from behind a tree, and it turns out it was a level 174. So I ran away from the 174 until my other saber tamed and got me killed. Right there, and there we go. Wow, talk about irony, huh? I came back up the mountain with my parasaur, a bola, and a plan. So I decided I would bola the saber, go get my stuff, then me and the parasaur would team up together and kill the saber before it killed my parasaur, pretty much. Looking back on this, I don't know why I didn't tame the saber. It was a 174. I had enough trank arrows. I don't know. In the moment, I was just thinking about getting prime meat for my other saber, and this guy was just something that was in the way. Plus, he did kill my level 30 saber that I was taming, so I guess you can call this a little bit of vengeance for that kill. I just gave the saber some normal meat, crafted up some hide armor, and then another thing happened. An Argentavis attacked. A 168 Argentavis. Yay, I can't catch a break. Yeah, so I just started attacking it with the parasaur, then decided that was too slow and it might kill my parasaur. So I got off and shot at the thing until I killed it, and the parasaur helped a little. Yeah, and then I remembered something. After I killed the Argentavis, I remembered that they give prime meat, so I had some prime meat for the saber. See, all things work out in the end, and I tamed that saber. Yay. I don't know what to call it yet, so I'll figure that out later, but then I brought it home and day 3 came to an end. At the beginning of day 4, I decided to take our saber hunting. I killed a couple things like a tech parasaur and a moss chops and got some pretty nice resources. Then I headed back to my base and leveled up a ton using narcotics so I can get a saddle for our new saber. Then I went out searching for a pteranodon, found this level 174, tranked it, and at the beginning of day 5, it was tamed. And I called it Flappy Bird. I slapped the saddle on Flappy Bird and headed out to find some resources. And then I got attacked by Dimorphodons and my stupid brain forgot they can kill you. Yeah, they can kill you when you're on your mount. But I did get back to my stuff with really no trouble at all and got my Pteranodon back up in the air. Went back searching for crystal and I found some. I need crystal to craft spyglass and these things. They're basically like cryopods from the Dino Storage mod I have installed to make the series a little bit easier. But what happened next changed the course of this entire day. I found a 180 max level Argentavis. You can see how excited I am by the screen shake and the cheer. So I crafted up a trap and put the thing in the trap pretty easily. I actually got it first try. And on the night of day 5, I finally got this thing knocked out. It took a long time to tame, as you can see here. But then something crazy happened. A T-Rex showed up. A T-Rex, yeah. Thankfully, it was only a level 24 and I could kill it pretty easily with the saber. And on the morning of day 6, my Argentavis was tamed. With the rest of day 6 and 7, I decided I would move my base to a real nice mountaintop next to the castle. I put all my resources in my Argentavis and flew up there. But I thought, I need a Doedicurus to get some stone, because a hatchet's just really not going to cut it. The highest level I could find was a 54, but I tamed it anyways because I was wasting a ton of time trying to find the thing. And on day 8, I made a huge mistake. I went out into the snow and died. In the air. Yeah. This was a mess. This next couple minutes was just the worst time I've had on this 100 days. I spent so much time trying to go back and find my stuff. I found it anyways, but I died a couple more times to a Dilo and a Terror Bird, and it was just a mess. And since I don't learn from my mistakes, I went back to the snow and almost lost the saber. Oh, I clutched that one. Then I decided to go out in search of some spoiled meat, and I knew exactly where to find it. And on day 9, I finally returned to my base. I spent the rest of day 9 looking for a stego to tame, and I found one, a level 156 in fact. I got it knocked out and sent it taming. Stegos take a very long time to tame, so I was not going to sit there and wait for it. So I went back and built myself a tiny little base camp, better than the last one. Stone, a bit of an upgrade. And then I went and grabbed some cementing paste from beaver dams because I was kind of close by with my new base location. With that cementing paste, I made a fabricator and a couple other electronic things, like a generator and some cables and boxes. I began day 11 leveling up to the point where I can craft a saddle for the Argentavis. Once I had that, I flapped my way over to the stego, whose stats are right here. They're terrible. Time for an epic montage. Epic montage. With the epic montage out of the way, I began crafting a platform for a base that I wouldn't ever use. And on day 12, I did something dumb. No. With the rest of day 12, I spent some time collecting resources to build up to my next tame. I wanted to tame a griffin. Searching for this griffin was a total nightmare, and when I say searching for this griffin, I mean searching for every possible griffin that wasn't a high level. I found low level after searching the map 3 times over in every possible griffin spawn location, and I eventually just decided to quit. But I decided that, you know what, it's time to jump ahead. I crafted up a few sleeping bags, and I headed off on my journey to the Wyvern Trench. I got to the Wyvern Trench a little into the night of day 14, and placed down a couple sleeping bags in case I did die, which was very probable. When I got to the trench, I didn't see any dragons right away, but I did see a fire egg, but I decided I'm not going to grab that yet. I had an idea. The Ragnarok lava kills anything that touches it, including the wyverns that live in it. If I could get all the wyverns to fly into the lava or land in it, there would be none left to stop me from stealing any of the eggs, or all of the eggs. So I sat and I waited. Like I was John Cena, my time was now. I went into the cave and I saw it, a lightning wyvern egg, and like a moth to flame, there it was. A level 204. One of the highest level wyvern eggs you could possibly get. I grabbed it and I flew and flew and flew out of the cave, up into the sky, and away from the one wyvern that was chasing me down. After I got away from the wyvern, which I really have no idea how I managed to do that, I went back to grab my stuff, and of course, bugs. Bugs everywhere. I got attacked by a lot of bugs. But I got away from them, too, because I am just a master at this game. I finished off those bugs with the Argentavis and decided to head back home because I was very excited to hatch our new wyvern egg. But to do that, I needed some air conditioners, so I crafted those on the morning of day 16. Once I had those air conditioners placed down, I threw down our wyvern egg and gave a little cheer, because this is a huge step in this 100 days. And then it happened. Our little baby wyvern was born. I picked him up pretty quick because I wanted to show you guys the stats, and there's some good stats. Oh, that melee stat is ridiculous. We got a very good wyvern for just our first wyvern in the series. So I let it raise up. And I bet you can notice the very short imprint timer and how fast this thing is growing up. I have the imprint and grow stats really high on this because I just want to make as much progress as possible in these 100 days. I don't want to be stuck for like 5 days raising a creature. And there it is, our lightning wyvern is all grown up. I took him out on a bit of a rampage and conquered some areas that I wasn't very fond of, like the area where I died to the terror bird and then the snow where I died in the air. And then I brought the wyvern back home and I named it High Voltage after the AC/DC song. With my new powerful dragon, I decided I would go out and try and tame some more utility creatures, and I found this Ankylosaurus. It was a level 156, so pretty high level. I accidentally knocked it off the cliff, then went down to grab it and bring it to a safe area where I could properly tame and knock it out. After I did that, I went and collected some berries and fed the thing till it was tamed. At the beginning of day 17, while the Ankylosaurus was taming, I found this level 162 mammoth, trapped it, and it climbed right out of my trap. Then I knocked it out. Nice. I spent the rest of day 17 waiting for the Ankylosaurus to tame, and when it did tame, it walked right off the cliff. What a way to start your new tamed life, huh? I spent most of day 18 waiting for the mammoth to tame, and when it finally did tame, I was a little disappointed. Its stats really weren't that good. It was actually almost the exact same as the stego we tamed a little while ago. But, and either way, it's a mammoth that can collect wood for me, so I brought it back home, and then this drop excited me so much. A long neck blueprint. It's only apprentice, but it's a long neck blueprint nonetheless, and you can see how excited I was from all the cheering I did. The next thing I did was go on a metal collecting trip with my wyvern and my Ankylosaurus to get a crap ton of metal, because I needed it, badly. I used all of my metal on whatever I used all my metal on. Then I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna move my base again. So I moved everything over to a location that is definitely going to be my permanent base from now on. My team of dinos was looking stellar at the moment, but one thing was missing. I needed a better Doedicurus. I still had that level 54. So I went to the desert area all the way across the map to find a Doedicurus. I found one. It was a level 156, just like everything else I've tamed so far. So I brought it home and started shrinking it, and finally, after a while, I got it knocked out. When it tamed, I named it Rolling Stone. With this complete team of utility creatures, I could finally begin building my base. So now, enjoy the final montage of the video, the building of my permanent home. And that was how I spent the first 25 out of 100 days on ARK Ragnarok. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to hit that like button to put this video out to more people, and be sure to subscribe if you're new. This video took me a very long time to make, and it would really help me out if you would subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a 4-part mini-series because I just want to get some content out to you guys, so I hope you don't mind if this isn't a full 100 days at the time. At the end of the mini-series, I will be releasing the full 100 days, all 4 parts, as one video, so make sure to keep a lookout for that, because it's coming sooner than you probably think. My name is Chimera, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.